Hello YouTube, and welcome to a D.B.T. Gamer Special. This is my third part of the Microsoft E3 press conference wrap-up. Now in the last part I did try to make a joke, but Adam cut me off. My punchline was, prepare for childishness.
Get paused, I thought you'd finished.
Anyway, now that's over, let's talk about the kids' games. The first kids' game they talked about was Disneyland Adventures. And what's more fun than going to Disneyland in real life than playing it on your Xbox? You can enjoy all the fantastic attractions like going on their rides, giving Mickey Mouse a hug, and also talking to Mickey Mouse and all his friends.
So basically
Pure bliss.
It's just a sort of a simulation of Disneyland.
Pretty much.
I'm sure the kids would love that. Where we're going on holiday, I've no idea, but I've bought you a computer game so you can think you're going to Disneyland. Thanks, bitch.
Well, personally, this would be a good idea for kids, but at the bottom line, I'd just rather go to Disneyland.
Yeah, so would I, actually, think about it.
Okay, the next game they announced in this kids sort of section of the press conference was Sesame Street Once Upon a Monster. This game, it looks alright for kids, but I can see one giant flaw. It's filled with American culture, so therefore, English kids might not get it.
Yeah, if you're American, you won't know this, but Sesame Street does what it is over here. But the trouble,
not that much.
Yeah, it's not over here that much, and when it is here, it's full of American culture, American pop culture, and pop references from America that English kids, well, European kids in general, just don't get. What the fuck is a trash can? We don't have trash over here. We have rubbish. We have wheelie bins. And rubbish goes in them. Trash, that isn't a word in England. And also it has, throughout, at least when I was a kid, and Sesame Street would appear on these rare occasions, you'd have all the characters would get together, they'd have a song about, always tidy up after yourself, clean your teeth, wash your hands, and look after everyone, be friends, and all this rancid bullshit that we get crowed down our throats at the end of all kids' TV shows. But one little song was, get this, in case of emergency, ring 911. Okay, fair enough. If mummy and daddy aren't around and something terrible is happening, ring 911 and someone can help you.
E.g., your house is burning down.
Good advice for the kids. The trouble is, in the late 80s, 911 didn't work over here.
Yeah.
It works over here now, but in the late 80s when I was watching it, 911 wouldn't get you anywhere on the phone, like, at all. So telling English kids that is pointless. It just confuses the shit out of them, so it was never really very popular over here.
Final verdict, this game looks good for kids, but it might appeal to American kids more than English kids.
Definitely, yes.
That's all the kids' games they announced, thank goodness. The next game...
Well, both of them.
The next game I want to talk about is Star Wars Kinect. This game looks pretty good. In the demo, they showcased off quite a few things. The first thing they showed off was a small demo of pod racing.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Although I don't know how you'd actually control a pod racing in real life, because I've played Star Wars pod racing on the N64. It's a fantastic game, definitely worth picking up. I've reviewed it. If you haven't seen that review, go watch it if you want to buy it. But I can't see how you transfer pod racing controls into a Kinect game. I suppose you could do this.
Yeah, the thing is, what you just did there, a controls for a car. You have your wheel in front of you, you move your feet for your pedals. Okay, that's fair enough. But does anyone actually know the fundamental workings of a pod racer?
I do. I once went to an arcade in Scarborough, and it was basically two bike handles,
right?
A brake, and a big button in front of you to hit boost. So it was kind of like controlling a motorbike. But the arcade version of Star Wars Pod Racer was definitely inferior to the N64 version. The N64 version is definitely the better one.
So if you've only seen the movies and you've never seen that arcade game, you will not know the basics on how to control a pod racer. Yeah. So what actions do you do?
Well,
You can't just hold your hands in front of you and steer like a steering wheel, because I've seen these things. They don't have steering wheels.
Or in the arcade, you push both forward to go forward, and if you want to turn left, you pull the left one backwards, and then you turn left, and opposite to go right.
Okay, fair enough.
It kind of works like a tank. You know, you stop the left track, and then you can turn left.
Accelerate the right track and you turn left, yeah.
It kind of works like a tank.
Okay, that I can understand, but people, if you don't know how to... never actually seen one of these things being controlled, you're not really going to understand the basic workings of it. It'll probably come with a tutorial, I know, but still.
So, yeah, the pod racing, it looks fun, but it could be one of those things that could be difficult to design a control scheme for, and also difficult to design a way of controlling it.
Exactly. So if you're going to emulate the controls of a pod racer, you know, there are no pod racers. So
I mean, at the moment, the Kinect can only do body tracking. It can't do finger tracking, really. So you can't really do much with the Kinect at the moment.
Well, no. What's next?
Thing in this Star Wars Kinect game was space battles, so you can fly the Millennium Falcon and chase down TIE fighters and shit.
If you can't work out a pod race, how the hell are you going to control the fucking Millennium Falcon?
I don't know, but it'd be interesting to see how they do this.
Here's an interesting question.
Go on.
If Star Wars is set in a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago, how do they know what a Falcon is?
Good point. The other thing they showed off in the trailer or the demo was land missions, basically running around with a gun. That can be easily done with Kinect. You just seize there.
Do I detect a shooter?
Oh yes.
Take a shot, people. Carry on.
The final thing they talked about in this thing was lightsaber combat. Wing, and also force powers.
I don't know. Oh, you don't say you just sort of glance, you just sort of glare at things menacingly and they sort of move. Oh, Yoda, he can do it with his eyes closed.
I just moved the Empire State Building now. I'll just put it back.
Hang on. Crunch. Sorry, didn't mean that. Is your car insured? Tough. Crunch. Carry on.
There we go. So, yeah, the Star Wars Kinect thing, it looks fun. It'll be interesting to see how the controls work out and whether they work or not.
Yeah.
The next game I think Adam should talk about is one, Elder Scrolls V. Go.
Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. The long, 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 long awaited sequel to Elder Scrolls IV Oblivion. Western style RPG set in the land of Skyrim, obviously. I honestly don't know much about it because it's not released till the end of this year, and I honestly don't give a shit about trailers, teasers, demos, or E3 in general. But it's a first/third person fantasy RPG by Bethesda Softworks, and it is a welcome addition. It will be, hopefully, a welcome addition to any fan of Western RPGs.
Yeah, I watched the demo, it does look good. I also watched the trailer, it does look good. So, anyone who can't wait for the next Elder Scrolls title,
Me.
It's coming soon.
Good.
Please hang in there. Your cravings will soon be answered.
We'll try. Until then, we've got Alice Madness Returns to tide us over.
Yeah.
A completely different genre, but hey. Moving on.
The next thing that Microsoft talked about was Kinect Fun Labs. This is basically a set of tools which you can use to make certain things on your Xbox easier. The first thing they showcased off was a new way to make your avatar. You could basically kneel down in front of your Kinect, like so, and scan your face, so to make your facial features on your avatar easier. You can also stand up, so you can scan all your clothes. Basically, this was just an idea to speed up the whole avatar process.
I actually had fun creating my avatar, mainly because it looks absolutely fuck all like me.
I think it's potentially a good idea if you want to make an avatar fast, but most people, when they make the avatar, they like to customise it, and most people's avatars don't always look like them. So
Not like at all, ever.
It's a good idea.
My avatar looks vaguely like me. It's tall, it's got long hair, it's got a goatee. But I am slightly thinner. and nowhere near as ripped.
It's a good idea.
And I honestly can't find a ponytail hairstyle that isn't in the women's section. So,
yeah,
it doesn't look like me that much.
This is potentially a good idea, but I don't know how many people actually use the feature. It's just based.
It's going to be a one-time thing.
It's just based on you clicking for a menu.
Pretty much, yeah. Isn't that what motion gaming does? Pretty much.
In some cases, yes. The next thing that he talked about was you can do like 3D drawing with your fingers.
Woot.
So
what is that actual game or just a little program?
It's a little program.
Oh.
The next thing they talked about, you can scan your favourite stuff and bring them to life in the real world. Example, I could scan this pair of slippers, they could start walking around the room. Creepy.
I'm sure there's someone out there who asked for that, and if you're listening, do the world a favour and die.
The next thing they announced was Kinect Sports 2. Kinect Sports 2 will feature baseball, skiing, golf, darts, tennis, and American football.
I think only 2 of those are actually played in England.
Yeah. If you like Kinect Sports, you might want to buy this.
If you ever played Wii Sports, imagine that, but with better graphics. And that's pretty much it.
If you liked Kinect Sports 1, you might want to buy this. The next thing they announced, for all you people who can't wait to get your groove back on and float around the room like some sort of drunken prom date, Dance Central 2 is on its way.
You lucky twats. So
you can dance around and impress all your family your cool moves once again.
Yeah, as you probably guessed, we don't give a shit about dancing games.
And that was pretty much it. But there was one last thing that Microsoft announced at the E3 press conference.
Go on.
Can I have a beatboxing drum roll, please?
A beatboxing drum roll?
Yeah.
No. Right, carry on.
Halo 4, 5, and 6.
Hey?
Seriously? Microsoft is making a new Halo trilogy.
A new trilogy?
Yes. This Halo series will not be made by Bungie because they have said they're finished with the series. But Microsoft has bought Halo off Bungie and they're going to continue it. I saw one trailer. Master Chief is sitting in his stasis pod, just chilling, and this lady in his ear shouts, "Chief!" He literally gets up, kicks the door open, and then flies away from it. I'm like, yeah, I would do that too if someone screamed in my ear, "Chief," because I wouldn't want to listen to them anymore.
Yeah, you just have to
going,
happily chilling.
Ah, fuck this!
Happily chilling in your stasis pod, and some bitch comes up and wakes you up. You fuck off! I'm out of here. I'm gonna fly to the stars and like get a bit of peace out there. So yeah.
For all you Halo fans who want Halo 4, 5, and 6, it's on its way.
And guess what? They're shooters, though. 3 shots.
Yeah, Halo 4, 5, and 6. Microsoft, don't you think you're milking this cow a little bit? It's probably on the floor by now, bleeding blood instead of milk.
I'm sure there's sense behind that.
Okay, Nintendo will milk their franchises, but...
Oh, yes!
But Microsoft, you're starting to push it here as well.
Well, Nintendo's been pushing it for a long time.
Yeah.
It's well beyond the point of no return.
Anyway, YouTube, that's all the stuff I can find on Microsoft's E3 press conference. What did I think of Microsoft's E3 press conference? It was pretty good, although there was far too much Kinect stuff, and it was kind of hard to swallow and kind of hard to write down.
And by the sounds of it, very few things that anyone should really care about unless you're a big Halo fan or a nut for the Kinect.
Yeah.
Or like the idea of walking around Disneyland whilst not actually going to Disneyland.
So in the next video, YouTube, I will start talking about Nintendo. Until then, bye.
See you around, guys.